Hi everybody, just a video just to see how it goes really. I want to show you my experience as, well, you can see I'm a smoker. I've been smoking over 30 years. 30 years is a long time, and I've been saying for months and months I'm going to give up smoking, and it's so damn hard to give up smoking. I smoke roll-ups, and yes, I've had 2 this morning since I've got up about 4:30, and it's now 20 to 7. I wake up about 4:30 every morning, between 4 and 5ish. I wake up every morning. Well, I wanted to share my experience. As I said, I've been smoking 30 years, and I've been saying, you know, I want to give up smoking. I want to give up smoking. And about a year ago, I thought I'd turn to vaping. My hardest thing was not the devices as such, but finding this e-juice I like. And to be honest, a lot of these e-juices, they don't taste exactly, you know, what they would say, like sweet cherry. Yeah, the sweet cherry is not too bad. You can taste the cherries, but something like these donut ones you can get, they're a bit sickening, and they don't taste like real donuts, do they? Yeah, and that was my problem over this last year, is trying to find a juice that I could actually vape on all day. I came across a year ago Tutti Frutti, which is there, and not this particular brand, it was a different brand, Tutti Frutti, and I seemed to be able to vape on it all day, but I still wanted a cigarette in between. This particular Tutti Frutti doesn't taste like the other Tutti Frutti I used to have about a year ago, so it's not really the same stuff. Different companies, different taste, I suppose. So over in the last year, it's been hard to actually find a juice I actually like. Just recently I came across this in Derbyshire, and this is called the fruit salad, and it's quite nice really, to be honest. It's one I could vape on all day long, but you know, as you're vaping it all day long, you soon get fed up with it after a bit. You don't want to keep vaping it day after day after day after day. So this was my hardest thing, was trying to find that juice which I actually like. So I tried a few other ones. These are in the last week I've just bought, and I came across Unicorn Blood, which is my favourite, and I can vape on it day after day. I just bought that yesterday, the Dragon's Blood, but it's okay, it's the same really, but I do prefer the Unicorn Blood over the Dragon's Blood. As you can see, I've got the little bottle to try it first, and that bottle's now empty, but I do like the Unicorn Blood. So as I'm a smoker, as I said, for over 30 years, I've tried with the patches here, look, which I've got one on now, but I gave up for nearly 3 days without a cigarette with these patches and vaping. But I started getting a lot of chest pains and maybe vaping too hard and too much. So I gave it a rest for a little bit and turned back to the cigarettes, because my chest was hurting. I am asthmatic and got COPD. I've had pneumothorax, which is a collapsed lung, a few years back and still suffer with chest pains now and again. So I'm finding it hard really to actually switch to vaping completely and give the cigarettes up. As I said, I gave up last week for almost 3 days without a cigarette, but then I went back to the cigarettes. So these are some of the juices I've got knocking around, which I found under the sink here. Excuse the mess. We have a tray of juices here. Let's get down here a second. These are just the juices. We got apple, which I tend to go for more of the fruits because it's something I can seem to vape on all day long. I got this Milk King strawberry, similar to a milkshake. It's okay for an hour. After that you get a bit sickening. We got clotted cream and fudge, which I can't even bear the stuff anymore, and that's a full bottle, you see. Basically they're all full bottles here. We got gummy candy, like candy floss flavour. It wasn't bad, but again, an hour later, a bit sickening. After that, we got these ones. See, they're all full, really. You know, you're getting these big bottles at 8 to 10 quid. What's this one? Mint chocolate twist. It's a bit sickening. You know, what's this one? Lemon cola. And again, if you can see, they're full bottles, you know. What's this one? Right, Vape 66. I've just bought this one in the last week, and it's not too bad actually. Look, that's when I gave up smoking for almost 3 days. Yeah, it's more fruits again. So, I seem to be able to vape on the fruits. It's summer fruits, and it's not bad actually, but I think it cost me about 10 quid. But not, like I say, I've used, well, it's not actually full when you buy it, like, but I have used quite a bit of that, and that's got the 3 milligrams of nicotine in it, in that one. As you say, we've got another gummy candy again, and I've just put the 3 milligrams on that one, because on the other one, it doesn't say on that one, but one's actually 6, and I assume this one's the 6 milligrams. This one I've just bought in the last week when I gave up smoking. This one's all over my fingers now, so I don't know if that's leaking. And this one is apple ice, which the ice sort of like overrides the apple in it, so it was again a bit sickening on that. Look at my hands now, look, all that. No, it must be leaking. There's a few other little bottles in there. This one I got in South Wales. This is a sort of like own brand, and this is a Tutti Frutti I was telling you about. This was the best Tutti Frutti. Focus, will you focus? This is the best Tutti Frutti. This was only about £3 a bottle in South Wales, Newport, and this one tasted a lot nicer than the Tutti Frutti I just bought last week. There you go, focusing a bit. And that's Valley Liquids. It's at Newport, South Wales, and that's good stuff. And that one, just got to dry my hands now a little bit. Right. So just put it on pause a second, so I just got to wash my hands. So I brought you into my living room at the moment now, and these are some of the kits I bought just recently, about a year ago. This is only like quarter of my kits. I've had hundreds, and not one of these kits have got me off the cigarettes. And as I say, this is only quarter of them. Most of them I got rid of them on a car boot sale I did in Newport in South Wales, and they went like hotcakes. They was all boxed up. I cleaned them all out and stuff. All practically brand new. It's just I vaped on them for an hour or two and then boxed them back up. And this is the same focus camera. This is the same on these kits here. Vaped on them for an hour. And you got like these ones. There's no end of kits lying around the place. We've even started, because I was a smoker, on these. They say this one, pretty good for helping you give up, but in my opinion it was pretty crap really. Yeah. Then you move on to something like these, and especially these type. This ain't the smock one, like, but the smock ones were terrible experience with them. Leaking, flooding, the coils, they were absolutely rubbish. Especially every single coil I went through in South Wales was terrible. And then Prince tanks, leak, and I couldn't stand the things. I bought them, the smart ones, and I took them back to the shop and they replaced the coils that many times. I think they were getting fed up with me because they were just flooded. And we have some smock devices here. This is the one what talks, and this had the Prince tank on it, and I just threw it away in the end because I was fed up. Every single coil what went in, that was good. Every single coil what went into it was just tatered, knackered. So I hate smock. This is another smock device. The mod thing itself is not too bad, Again, brand new, not a scratch on it, and this is about a year old, this one. Yeah, but I can't remember the smock head tank what was on here. I can't remember that one, but again, absolutely crap. Leaked, flooded. I went to go and vape on it and got a gob full of e-liquid, so I just chucked them away. It was the worst tanks I've ever known in my life. I came across this one here. This was, I believe it's American company, I believe, and this has got the fudge in it, clotted cream fudge in that, and this was bought probably about 5 months ago. Not really good for a beginner like myself, just starting out, but I just liked it at the time. It's vaping that I was at the time, 35 watts. That's another one. So all these kits really I've had over the last year, not one of them I've even helped. Even my wife started on this one. It's a T18 or something like that, T118 or something like that, or the T22. I can't remember which exactly it is. It'll say there somewhere, but the camera focuses. Let's have a look at T18. But I think the when I bought these, and they said what milligrams do you want, and I thought, well, don't go for an 18 because it blew my head off, started coughing and all that shit. So went down to a 12, just tasted nicotine shit. So then I went down to a 6, and even going down to a 6 milligrams of nicotine, it tasted like shit. So I know I have the 3 milligrams now. I don't go any higher than that, because any higher than that it just tastes like shit rather than the flavour. You can't taste any flavour on them, and they just all taste like shit. So that's some of the devices there, practically all brand new. There's some more knocking around somewhere. brought you over here. In the last week, I bought this, and it's the Aspire POC-X, and this is the device what helped me give up the fags after 30 years for almost 3 days. And I vaped on this, and for £25 that was the best kit what helped me actually give up smoking. For 3 days I vaped on that for till I started getting, like I say, the chest pains, and my breathing seemed to be a bit abnormal, so I gave it a rest for a little bit, and when I gave it a rest I went back on the cigarettes, but this still works. I bought this last week, and this was the only device out of all of them what helped me through it really, and still works today, and I still vape on it today because it's got great taste. The flavour what comes out of it is 3 milligrams of nicotine in there, and it's got the unicorn blood in that, which all my devices have got the unicorn blood in there, but this was the only one that really got me off the cigarettes. So for 25 quid, this was the best beginner's vapor kit I've ever tried. The taste, I'm not too bothered about the, whacking out big massive clouds or nothing. Mainly it was just the taste of it, and this, it was brilliant. And you do get a bit of vapor from it, which I was impressed about, but mainly more of the flavour. And yeah, it was a great piece of kit this, for only £25, and it got me off the cigarettes. So I still use that one. Put that down there. Yesterday, I didn't know anything about Vaping, and watched a lot of videos last night, and I know how they've had a bit of problem just recently, Vaping, of sponsoring a certain channel, but I'm not really interested in that really. This is the Vaping Drag Mini, and the reason why I got the Mini over the Drag 2 is because this got internal built-in batteries, and it comes with 2 built-in, so that's pretty cool. I don't really like the external batteries, pissing about with them, so I just like to plug the USB in and charge it up that way. Now this I paid £70 for, £10 for the bubble glass, for the 5mm bubble glass, 10 quid, so altogether it cost £80. But great piece of kit, even for a beginner like me, because I can quite easily mouth to lung on this, same as a cigarette. And if you can see the vent at the bottom there, it's not focusing very good, my camera, there you go. I've only got it a little way open, so it gives me that comfortable draw when I'm drawing on it. Yeah, so I got this yesterday, and I've got the dragon's blood in this one, and I've been vaping on this since yesterday. Yes, a couple of fags this morning. I've got to change my patch on my arm for the giving up smoking, and once I've changed my patch in a bit, usually have it on 24 hours, I've changed my patch, and I will be vaping on this all day again without the cigarettes, because I was quite happy yesterday vaping on that. So the 2 best kits I've bought so far. That one really does help me give up smoking. But since I bought this yesterday, I find this just the same as that really, the flavour. Bigger smoke clouds, which I'm not really bothered about that. But yeah, I like this, and I can vape on this the same as what I can really vape on that, mouth to lung. Yeah, so it's quite comfortable whichever way I vape it, and it's automatically set when I put the tank on to 50 watts. The coil recommends 55 upwards to about 80, I think, but I like a cooler vape really than a warmer one, so it's recommended 50, so I've just left it on 50. The coil recommends 55, so I thought, oh well, I'll just leave it at 50, but it's not too bad at 50. As I say, I like the cooler vape, and the fruits in there, the flavour seems to be a bit better when it's cooler than a warmer vape for the fruits. So yeah, that's just my thoughts really on the vaping experience in the last year. It's taken a year really, and it's still taking its time, trying to find that right device, trying to find a liquid you can actually vape all day, rather than just think, oh, I like that flavour, but sickening after an hour or two when you've been popping on it, or shall I say vaping on it, for a while. So I end up going back to the cigarettes. It's just so hard. So that's why I went to the doctors, and I thought I'd get the patches off him, and apparently I was fine when I went into the doctors, but when I come out, he says I've got a lot of mucus on the left side, I've got a chest infection and an inflamed mouth, and I didn't even realise. I thought I was fine. So I was on antibiotics for a week, and that's when I sort of like got the patches, and I gave up for almost 3 days. But after 3 days I cracked and started to feel a little bit ill after 3 days, so I gave the vapors a rest, and as I gave these a rest, I went back to smoking. So hopefully I'm going to try again. I can vape on that all day and not have a cigarette. The cigarettes not bother me when I'm vaping on that, and they don't bother me when I'm vaping on that. It's just I suffer a bit of anxiety, so after coming evening time, I think my anxiety sort of like kicks in a little bit, and that's what I end up turning back to the fags, because vaping on this, you hear things about popcorn lungs and stuff, and people say they're much safer than cigarettes, so that's the reason why I gave them a try over the last year. But come evening time, I think my anxiety kicks in a little bit, and that's part of the hardest thing, trying to switch. I would love to switch to these full-time permanently, and that is my goal, what I'm trying to achieve. I've just got to get over the anxiety a bit. When the anxiety kicks in the evening, and then it feels like my chest pain, my breathing goes a little bit funny, not as in like missing a beat kind of thing. I don't know, it's weird trying to explain. It's not like abnormal breathing. It's I suppose it's connected with my asthma and COPD, where I feel out of breath. Each puff I take, I feel more out of breath. I suppose it's like that, but I just got to try and find a way now of trying to get to these, on these, permanently and not going back to the cigarettes. So hopefully I change my patch this morning in a bit. When I've had a little break, I'll just charge this one up so it's ready for me full day again. Still looking for another flavour. The unicorn blood is the one I can vape on time after time after time. I just need to find another flavour like that, which is just as good but maybe not fruits. So try and find something else. So I've got the choice of at least a couple of flavours I can switch out to. Anyway, that's my review. So these two kits are the best two I've had so far out of all them kits, because like I say, the Pokex there, I gave up smoking for almost 3 days using that, and that works. That really helps a smoker give up, especially I've been smoking so long. Yeah, and it's really a hard habit to kick, but that will do the job. So I recommend the Pokex for a beginner like myself. This one is a great piece of kit if you're going out a lot and you're in the crowd and you get this out. You don't feel embarrassed so much, do you? Yeah, with a sub-ohm kit, you sort of like join the party with everybody else kind of thing with one of these. And it's a great piece of kit for mouth to lung as well as direct to lung. It's a great piece of kit. I like it. And but like I say, for a beginner in the house, when I'm in the house, it's not very good if you're going out and you get all these, young girls and they're popping on these big tanks and stuff, vaping on them. It's a bit embarrassing that you pull that out of your pocket. Pocket. I have been out with it a few times and in the car and stuff. Yeah, but a little thing like this is a good kit, and it actually does what it's designed to do. So I like it, but I wouldn't want to really walk the streets or go to a place where there's loads of people and they're vaping and stuff, and I bring that out. I'd want to bring that out. But anyway, that's my reviews on the situation. If you do like the video, give it a like, and if you want to see anything, other videos, in the future, maybe get some more kits like this in the next week or two. I don't know, who knows, maybe some more different types of juices. But I just thought to see how the video goes first, and any of the other devices I've got you want to have a look at, I'll gladly do a video. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.